empty. Rick turns out to be in the kitchen, putting some ice on his skin because he feels very hot. Abigail prepares a bigger bucket of cold water for him, and Rick challenges her to a little game. They both put their hands inside the bucket, and while Abigail has to take them out after a few minutes because she can't stand the cold, Rick keeps them there, confirming he can't feel the cold anymore. The next morning, they go for a run together, and they stop to admire a special spot by the road that has the most beautiful view of the area. Rick laments not being able to save the planet. The different experiments continue, which include running with masks that simulate Titan's atmosphere and swimming for long periods of time in freezing water. Sometimes a volunteer can't take it and must leave for the day, but in the case of Tally, she's stubborn and wants to stay in the water even when she can barely tolerate the cold. To help her, Rick teaches her to meditate underwater. One afternoon after the testing is done, the volunteers are in the showers, and Rick notices he's losing hair. Tally confirms it's happened to her as well. Suddenly they hear screaming and discover one of the women is having a seizure while throwing up blood. The doctors rush to help her, but nothing they can do can save her, and the volunteers meet the first death in the group. Later that day, the volunteers have a meeting to discuss what happened. Some of them are worried about dying too, but the others remind them that they always knew the risk. Although they shouldn't drink, they decide to do it anyway to help them cope. While Ryan comforts her husband Zane outside, Tally's husband Andrew helps Abigail in the kitchen. He shares the story of how they met and how he fought to get together with Tally until the end. Then Tally joins them to point out that now Andrew is desperate to start a family. When Andrew leaves to put the dishes on the table, Tally confesses Andrew thinks she'll leave for 2 years to get it out of her system and become a good wife, but she wants more than that. Moments later over dinner, Abigail notices all the volunteers have their veins occasionally getting black. Suddenly they hear screaming coming from the garden. Zane is having a breakdown and attacking Ryan. The other guys immediately rush outside and hold Zane down until he calms down while Abigail takes Ryan away. The next day, Freya comes to the neighborhood to give the volunteers extra medicine that will stop them from having the same problems that the dead woman and Zane did. Abigail notices some of those doses are pretty high.